Oh, hey guys, welcome home. Good to see you. Pound it, bring it on in. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? You look good. You look good. I'll just put this back here real quick. So today, guys, is the 20th, and I hope you guys have a sham-rockin' St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, one of my all-time favorite holidays. I hope you guys had a great time with friends and family, and you did what the holiday is supposed to be about instead of what most people do. We'll just leave it at that. But now today is a fun and exciting one. It's a happy one because it is International Day of Happiness. So obviously it's going to be a happy day. And do you know who is always happy? Kids. Well, usually, not always. But kids are happy. And if they're of the incredible kind. And it just so happens that today is absolutely incredible Kid Day. That's a pretty cool day. That's a good day. It's strange because also today is a day of love, because not only is it Kiss Your Fiance Day, it's also Proposal Day. No idea why, but it is. Anyway, sorry. But to get back onto the whole international track thing, it is also the British Spring Clean Day. National Day of British Spring Clean. I don't know why the British chose to do it today, but there you have it. And it is also French Language Day. French Language Day. Oh, mademoiselle, amenti, oui, oui, bon allez-vous. That was the best French I could give you, but. And speaking of the French, who not only have a beautiful language, which I just probably butchered just a little bit ago, they also have amazing food. Ah, magnifique. Especially when it comes to things like their sweet desserts. I mean, obviously pastries and such like that, like a croissant. Sorry, I don't mean to, it's fun to say a croissant like that. But also their desserts as well. And would you happen to know, would you guess, take a gander, that today is National Macaroon Day? And I tell you, if you've ever had a macaroon, ooh, it's good. Especially a homemade one. Like you get those ones at the store. They're not that great, honestly. They're not that. But, they're chewy and yay. Man, they're good. Very good, very good. Also, moving on to something else, one of my favorite type of pastas is today. Especially as a kid, it was one of my all-time favorites. It is raviolis. That's right, Chef Boyardee, you got yourself a special day. Well, Ravioli Day, it is National Ravioli Day. Now I know that the stuff in the can isn't that great, but as a kid, it was absolutely incredible. It's also World Flour Day, which is one of the most important ingredients in baking, so that's a good one to shout out. But here's the big one that we're going to talk about, and it is World Storytelling Day, which is, these are books, and unfortunately I don't really have any story books, but I do have one of the best storybooks right here. And what's funny about this one is not only is it non-fictional, is it not fictional, it is non-fictional. Wait, what am I saying? Basically, these are true stories, and man, but there are some crazy things that, you would think that it just was dropped in Lord of the Rings, alright? Wow. This is the best storybook in the world. In fact, actually, the Bible here probably does take credit for just about every single story ever told. They'd be like, well, why? Well, if we really kind of dive into it, we just get the concept of good versus evil. We get the good qualities and bad qualities. We jump in a little bit deeper, we get right and wrong. All that is in here, and honestly is kind of what sets the foundations of, well, human society. Now, obviously there's a whole new thing. We're not going to go into that whole rabbit trail. I just know I just stepped on a few toes here, took a few cows, and I know probably some people are going hopping mad, but that's not what we're going to be here for. Now that I just got you guys is all riled up, we're going to tone it down a bit, and we're going to kind of talk about some amazing stories that come from this incredible book. Now, other than just it also this being the catalyst of all storybooks that were to ever be made, in it is some of its own fantastic original pieces of work. Now, what's so incredible about this, and I wanted to kind of get this across, is they aren't just a lot of people, if not almost everybody, has heard of David and Goliath, Daniel and the Lion's Den, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the Walls of Jericho, things like that. As a kid, going to either Sunday school or just hearing about it, the story. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about it. Now, as a kid, you hear it, the kid version, but I promise you though, it is not a children's story. I mean, you can tell it as a children's story, don't get me wrong. It's great for that. But especially that story, the story of David and Goliath, they are like gruesome. They are real. They are stories like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, like real. I'm trying to think of some like really incredible. Those are the Chronicles of Narnia, which I guess are all really bad, but like they are graphic and they are epic and they are amazing. I mean, just the story we're talking about. I mean, we've been talking about David and Goliath. Dude cuts a giant's head off. That's gruesome. A kid cuts a giant's head off. And then, I mean, we even talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This furnace was so hot, it literally melted the skin of the people that threw them in. That's crazy, okay? And that's just some of the tame ones that we hear from the story. There are so much more, and like, everyone thinks like, well, all the stories in here are all holy, and like, no, there's some messed up stories in here. I mean, there's a lot about people sleeping with people. There's things about people doing wrong, backstabbing. I mean, the prophet Elijah cuts the throat of Baal prophets. I mean, it's gruesome. It's real, and a lot. I mean, just God's wrath in the plagues in Egypt. We talk about it, and I mean, if you watch The Prince of Egypt, you're like, oh, that's cute. It wasn't. It was horrifying for them. Like, these are real stories that actually happened, and like some of it is unheard of. I mean, then you get a few, even if you like comic like me, you get a few laughing things where a donkey literally talks to somebody because if the donkey was to keep moving, an angel would have killed him, and so the donkey's like, what do you want me to do? And there's some crazy stories in here. This thing is full of them, and this is what's so amazing though, and why I really am wanting you to get. I know this isn't a teaching. This isn't what maybe you were expecting, but I'm hoping that this sparks an interest in somebody. I don't know about you. I've been very disappointed in a lot of the mainstream, just the media, entertainment. Most of the entertainment. Disney has failed. Even like my poor Lord of the Rings is horrible. Star Wars is trash. All that. Marvel is down the drain. But in the beginning, but some of the best stories, better than any of those, come from here. And they are exciting, and it has literally everything. If you want drama, there's drama in here. You want some comedy, there's some comedy in here. You want action or stuff like that, it's in here. You want romance, it's in here too. There's literally any sort of story that is found in this book. And what is so amazing that I also want you to get is that, yes, these are stories and they are extremely exciting, especially if you read them as they should be, right? They are extremely compelling. And like you can find, like I said, you could find a story for anything. And over it all, this is the biggest story of the redemption and the love of God for us. Now, okay, it's a little lovey-dovey, sure, but in between that, this is like one of the best TV series you've ever seen. The overarch is about the love of God for us and what His journey and His plan was to get us out of the mess that we made ourselves because of Adam, and how He planned to bring back and come into unity with us, and how we could get back to that oneness with Him. It's an incredible story, and through that all, there's all these other little characters, main characters, and all these little things that happen. And I tell you, it is fascinating. I don't know why people don't actually make a movie based on this, because I tell you, it is amazing. I mean, it's incredible. I want to show you that this book is exciting. There is a lot of cool stuff in there, and in all these amazing stories, they all have in their, well, the meaning is that God loves you, and everything that happened, it was for the betterment of you. So, as much as this may also entertain you, God loves you enough to entertain you with some great stories and some great reading. And if they made them into actual good movies. I really hope that this kind of sparks your interest into like, wow, these are not boring stories, and they are real. But some of the things that happened are, and again, guys, like in Job, there are monsters and creatures. There's angels, Nephilim, there's wars, there's battles, there's love, there's betrayal, there's people getting their eyes plucked out, gouged out. It's crazy. There's people, I mean, I'm sure there's everything, absolutely everything in here. You will find something that you absolutely like. So that's what I want to challenge you with, is go in here and find your favorite story. Or if you have one, brush up on it and kind of get another either laugh or excitement. But enjoy the stories that God gives you, and with the overarch of His love for you. And with that, guys, remember that I love you. You are victorious. And you are the royalty in God's kingdom. And I'll see you in the next video. Later! No, man, I really gotta see that Gideon guy.